Hello cyclists, welcome to today's virtual touring. I'm expecting around a half an hour video of me explaining my future route, my routes. So as you can see, this is China. This is a picture of China. As you can see here, this is our highway, and this is the Google Map label. It has this around 1 kilometer, I think, shift. The entire Google Map of China's region is shifting, so the road is inaccurate. So we're gonna take labels. Right, I am living here. Okay, this area between those two mountains. Okay, let's get in the basics. Between these two mountains, that's basically my city, which located, I would say, central southeast to be accurate. I would normally instead just say it's clear to Shanghai. This is Shanghai. You can see the massive city concrete plain. Here, it's around the distance between here to here is around 400 kilometers. So I would say my place is closer to Shanghai to make people clear instead of saying central southeast. Not very specific. Anyway, so I want to get here. Okay, the internet today's internet is very good, because normally you would see playing no information for minutes. Today we got a good internet, and yeah, I want to explore this region of the mountain. Definitely not the snow caps here, but the green parts. You see the green parts fall along the river. These are the high altitude pines, which I wanted to explore. I don't want it to stay on this part. I will go through. This is a bridge to let me go down here. These are high altitude deserts. There's no chance to survive there. No food except then hunting. I don't have a gun at the moment, but I want to explore such as this part. Okay, but the tricky part is it's usually getting very steep along those rivers. It's very steep, and it's hard to find a flat. So the ideal is to find a broad valley that have water source, presumably a lake beside. I'm still within this high pine altitude. That's where you can find enough water and fruits like fruit trees or such as that. And I found this lake. This lake is at 4,500 meters high. So in winter it completely freezes. But this gives you an idea. It's closer. You can see greens here. It's closer to an ideal place. Although this is still desert, but you may find good places nearby. All I need is a small little pen and a piece of fruit tree area, and you can find fruits and can find veggies to eat. Basically, that's it. I want to find that place and to live there, okay, and make films for, I don't know, a year, to have enough films so I can go back here at this place and edit and publish in it. Because there's nothing exciting to go out and explore with. So, in order to go this area, you're not gonna go from here, directly from here, like going straight to here. It's as you can see, it suggests you the highways. There are roads to go relatively horizontal to the place you wanted. But obviously it's highway, but you can go the highway is we have this highways absolutely like a speed road. You drive very high and it's closed. You can walk on it. And the second tier is the state highway. It's different from the speed highway. The state highway, you can ride your bicycle on it, you can walk on it, you can drive any type of vehicle on it, and it's open. You don't pay fee for riding it. But China is the geographic aspect of China is very complicated. Just like other aspects of this country, you can't get from point A to point B with you need to go through all this difficult terrains. Here, this is a giant, humongous plane. If you want to get point A to point B fast, you go through these planes. Okay, you don't go across. You can see from my place, when you get across the river, you get here. There's a mountain here in front of you. You're gonna need get across of this mountain first, and this mountain first, and then a little bit plain, and then this mountain area first. There's another plain, and that's a huge mountain. A huge mountain here, and then you get to the place you want it. Nope, it's not practical. The mountain roads are gonna be very narrow and very sharp turns, and you don't want to put yourself into that kind of roads constantly because it's very dangerous. The chance of being hit, of having accidents, especially those Chinese people in rural area, they don't drive carefully. They don't drive very decent. They drive like nobody is there. Actually, I've seen road accidents along my way when I was cycle touring last year. I had around half a mile and touring, and I've seen handful of accidents. It's everywhere. It's very dangerous. So you don't want to get into that. So you want to get point A to point B so you need to go flat. Okay, let's get this part straight. So in order to go flat road, you're gonna need to go around here. Yeah, it's flat, and go into Xi'an. This part, it's very similar to this lake here in Russia. This is like this lake but dried. This all the lake basin, except the water. And so this is flat. This is supposed to be an ancient lake, but somehow the water drained. So this is what left. Okay, this is supposed to be like this. If this lake drained, it's gonna look like this. And I'm going to ride on this plane because it's flat. You can see flat, flat, flat. Boring, but hey, you want to get point B fast. So flat, 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 flat until here. Oh, and until here, I'm going to go this way through this flat and cross this mountain and go to part of this plane here. I don't go that way because it's too boring. You want to get the perfect balance. I'm gonna explain later. And get across this mountain, you're going to another relatively flat, and then you get up. Okay, here. The altitude here, it's around 3,000 plus meters. From here to here, flat, high, flat, high. So you're gonna climb a very steep percentage here around this area, and then you climb at this. This is a high plane, and then you go gravel road. Okay, there's no actually paved road. The paved road's going around this place and going down to this valley and going climb up again. No, I'm planning to go on this plane, on the gravel road. It's basically going around this high altitude plane to go all the way to here. And then there are paved roads to lead you, furthermore to these places. So you're basically going around a route like this. Follow my cursor, like this, all the way to here. It's relatively gradual, safe, and fast. Because you might spend more time to go this way, straight to there, instead of going this. A little bit more, but you may actually go faster because it's flatter. And you might have a lot of accidents and mechanic issues when you try to get through those narrow mountain climbs, descents. It's just not an ideal way. So in practical, first I need to get across this river, which is a long river. We call it Changjiang. We don't exactly call it Changjiang, but in English way of pronouncing it. I'm living here, okay? So I need to go across the city. The tricky part is that you don't go across the city with your Recumbent Trike Plus trailer on the daylight. You can't get vehicle taken away by the city management and people. You go across the city, which is shortest, fastest way. You don't go around. It's you can see the mountain around. It's just a lot of hustle. You get across the city during the night, midnight, and there's a route. This bridge here. You can get on this bridge. There, it has the cycling lane, and during the winter night, 1 a.m., there won't be people there. Hopefully, I roll on this bridge. Once I go down this bridge, and it's a relief. I'm crossing this river. Okay. Plan B is to go from here to here, and there are. Okay, I will eat lunch later. Thank you. I just woke up. And there are what is that called? The ship, where you get on and the ship will help you to get across the river. That kind of ports. Around here you can go with that. But I need to go again. I'm trapped inside the city. Okay, I need to go down here, go across here. There are a lot of bridges because there are rivers here. Across this place, maybe even get here. It just instead of going here across the city, across the river, that's it, and you go along this river side here, which is a lot more flatter than try to manage through here. The fast ways go here, and then follow the river down and down and down and down. I want to go here, follow along the mountain here, but I don't want to go through the city. Okay, there's another city, which is pretty much as big as mine. You want to go down and go around it. You don't want to go straight through that city, and you don't want to go this way because there's no way here. There's no road here. Actually, no road here there. You don't want to because there's a lake here in front of your way. You go south down and you go around, and then you go along this road. And this part of the road is very shitty, and there are rivers here, but it's relatively flat. Okay, so when you go around the lake, around the city, beside the lake, you go south around and follow this mountain. You can notice a lot of reservoir here. So in summer there are a lot of flooding. That's why I didn't went through the summer. And you go along this mountain, you go through this narrow path, and from here to here is like around 200 kilometers. You go through this plain, which is relatively easy, and go across this mountain. This mountain range. I will presumably say people would rather go around this mountain to get here. People here to get there instead of going the mountain roads across this, which provides a advantage for me to ride my trike and go through these mountains. I have a feeling of yeah, it's a relatively quiet and safer road. And when I get down this mountain, I don't want to get into the city, which is Xi'an. Just go alongside of the mountain again, and go all the way to here. Here you have choices. You can either go here to around it, or just go straight ahead. The mountain roads here is more busy because people want to get here to here. People want to get here to there. Would rather take this path. Okay. Rather take here, because this is way longer. The other way, let's say there's a road here. This is also way more trickier. So this is a relatively more dangerous road to get on. But it's actually short. It's around 50 miles. 50 miles is it can be a 1 day, 2 day job, so it's relatively safe. And also you get other ways to get around potentially. And when you get across that, it's pretty much done. Okay, it's still a long way, but it's relatively relaxed. And then you start to climb. There's a lot of percentage here. It's low here and it's high here, and it's a very short distance. You climb. It's a huge mountain in front of you, and it somehow climb around it. Okay, the road I think is around it. And here you can see the clear edge here. Low, high. You get high and you go on gravel roads around this place. It's high altitude desert / grassland. Probably gonna hunt to get food. Go through this way, or just eat grass. I don't know. And get through here all the way to, and then when you get this area, you have the paved roads, and eventually, the way from here to here itself is an adventure. It's a lot. There's a lot more stuff, words to film with, and when you get down here, it's finally my goal. And the south way around is impossible. As you can see, the water system, the river system is when you try to get down, there's a lot of water here, and it's a junction of river here. So you can see here is like a swampy river area, which means there are tons of bridges, and you don't want to ride that vehicle onto those bridges. And here is the mountains after mountains after mountains. You're gonna get a lot of steep rolling roads, which is impossible. And this is mountains after mountains after mountains. So relatively easier roads go here to here. No, nothing else. That's the only way. That is the only way. Go south, impossible. Go straight, impossible. Go north around it, which is the only way. So let's be more specific. Let's go to this shittier part I've been talking about. Okay, now the road goes through a town, a typical shitty, very shitty town, which is not big. As you can see, there are a lot of factories and tiny little workshops. People just trying to survive. When you go through a place like this, you're not gonna get beautiful food, beautiful views. You're gonna get shitty traffic, shitty people, theft, robbery. You wanna get through this little shitty town 3 a.m. fast. when you get through it, then you find the views. Let's say the road here is having fields surrounding it, and the gradual is a gradual percentage, and you can see decent. This is a decent bicycle lane for you. You can see it can fit an entire car, and as you can tell, there are people driving their car on this part of the road. Sometimes they're driving the wrong way in order to get into those places, those little roads. they want to commute. Let's say they want to go from here to there, and they don't have roads to go around. Let's presume they don't have a road to go around. So they sometimes Chinese drive the wrong way. They get out from here and then drive the wrong way to that place. It's short and they drive wrong way. So Chinese is a right forward. You stay on the right side of the road. You're supposed to go this way. But I've seen people drive the wrong way with their cars. It's very dangerous, but that's at some occasions. It can go very bad, depending on your luck. But anyway, this is the second tier of a highway here that I can ride on it. Have this at least here have this decent cycling lane. Let's see if we can have a 3D view. Can I? Please? No? Anyway, I think you need a Google Earth to do that. But as you can see, as you can tell, surrounded by fields and tiny little towns that you can find and some reasonable food supply, normally water. And fruit stores and little shops to provide you like things like raw rice like that. It's already half an hour. Anyway, here I have some idea of the road condition of the film, which you're gonna actually start to see when that's on the first part of this touring. It's gonna be those field roads. It can be beautiful. It can be. Here goes a bridge here, but you want to avoid the bridges unless you have to go on. So the first part of my touring, you will see on your post-production film product, there's a lot of reservoirs. You will see a lot of fields views anyway. So here is the first part you're about to see. Once I started, this is the part I'm going to encounter first. That's what you will see first, and it can be beautiful as soon as I get started.